Ọba wúre pàṣẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Onílẹ̀ ń wúre o.
So it's not news that the Ooni of Ife, Obadeye Ogunwusi Ojaja too, has wedded a new bride. You all know that, and you also know that the introduction happened way back in February, and he's now married to his fifth wife, Mariam Anako, and she's from Kogi State. Now, this video is dedicated to everybody who is interested in knowing who Mariam is and fun and interesting facts about this new woman. Now, Mariam is from Kogi State. She's from the Ebira tribe. We all know that that's pretty much all over the internet. She's from Kogi State. But you would also be interested to know that Mariam's mom is from Kwara State, Erinle in Kwara State. So, when they say that people came from Kwara State to, celebrate with Mariam on the occasion of her marriage, they are saying that it came from her mother's side. Mariam did lose her father at a tender age, so she grew up in Kwara State, and that is her mother's side. But who did she grow up with in Kwara State? She grew up in the home of former Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Diko Abubakar, and who reigned as the boss of the Nigerian police between 2012 to 2014. Mariam's parents they are based in Ilorin, Kwara State, where her mother is from. Remember, I said she's from Erinle. Her mom is from Erinle in Kwara State. But because she lost her dad, she had to grow up with Muhammad Diko Abubakar. Now, Muhammad Diko Abubakar, as he is known, he is the in-law of Africa's wealthiest man, Alhaji Aliko Dangote. So Mariam Anako is actually from a very influential home. She has family and ties with influential people in the society. Now, the mother-in-law of the Ooni of Ife, that is Mariam's own mother, is a retired police officer. That is also very interesting to know. Mariam Anako, she's an oil and gas executive with Nest Oil. Yeah, she works with Next Oil. She's a top executive there. And it is even said that that was how she met with the king. That was how herself and the Ooni of Ife developed any attraction for each other or got to even know about each other. Because apparently she had to use her position. The Ooni of Ife was seeking to get a contract, with Next Oil. And she used her position to influence it and ensure that the Ooni of Ife got that contract. And that was what endeared the Ooni of Ife to this beautiful woman. And it was like, okay, I would love to get to know you. And they got to know each other, realized they were good for each other. And barely a year, it's not even up to a year since the former queen, Olori Naomi, left the king, that he decided to get married to her. And they even held their introduction as far back as February, which was like the 2 months after Prophetess Naomi decided that she was leaving, announced that she had left the palace. Recall that Prophetess Naomi made the revelation on social media that she was leaving the palace 23rd of December 2021, and palace officials came out the second day to even debunk it and say that there is nothing of sorts. The king even presented her with her Christmas gift a few days earlier, and the palace was now aware that she was leaving the king, only for her to come out and say, guy, I'm not coming back, and every attempt at reconciliation failed. So by February already, the king already had a new person, already introduced, Mariam Anako to his family, and Mariam already introduced the Ooni of Ife to her own family before we now had the official traditional marriage just yesterday, They celebrated it on the 7th of September 2020. On the 6th of September, actually, 2022 was when Mariam Anako, escorted by family, her sisters, her friends, came to the palace. And first of all, she got to the palace. The marriage rites were conducted. She was introduced to the other women in the palace, or the queens. She was introduced to them. The washing of feet rites happened. And afterwards, she was taken into the inner chamber to meet with her king, who also prayed with her, prayed for her. And that officially concluded the solemnization, and Mariam Anako is now the 5th wife of the 51st Ooni of Ife. Yes, the Ooni has had several women in his life, and this is the 3rd woman he will be taking since he ascended the throne. The 4th actually since he ascended the throne of his father. While he was a teenager, he had a child with Etokunbo Olatunbo's son as a child in Ibadan, Oyo State. He is a teen father. They welcomed the child in 1990, and in 2008, the Ooni of Ife got married for the first time to Adebukola. This woman was with him until 2016, shortly after his installation, his coronation as the Ooni of Ife. She packed the bags and returned to the States, where she actually has been based all her life. And before the end of 2016, the Ooni of Ife got married to Zainab Otiti from Benin, a princess from Benin, Edo State, and that marriage packed up in 2017 among several allegations, which included them saying that Zainab Otiti was promiscuous and unfaithful to the king. Zainab has gone ahead to get married since then. That ended in 2017. By 2018, the Ooni of Ife got married to prophetess Naomi Shilekola and Ogunwusi, and that happened in 2018. That was also very controversial. A lot of persons had questions why a prophetess would want to be with a deity, basically because the Ooni of Ife is apparently a deity and second in command to deities, basically. So he's a very revered monarch in Yoruba land, and so a lot of questions were asked. But this woman stayed with this man. She was 26 when she got married to him, and in December of 2021, she broke the internet when she revealed that she was dumping the king without even alerting palace officials, because like I mentioned, they tried to reconcile them. But now the Ooni of Ife has taken a new wife, Mariam Anako, and according to people who are close to Mariam, they have said that Mariam is a very calm woman who has also promised that her marriage to the king is going to be the last marriage the king is going to have, because she's going to be there to the end and she has no intention of leaving the palace. Some other persons have some questions like, okay, what exactly is making this woman leave the palace? Because there are now indications and suggestions that the king is even set to marry a new woman shortly. I mean, just 2 days after welcoming his new bride into the palace, they said that the king is looking at another lady to take her for a wife, and the persons are like, okay, what is happening with the Ooni of Ife? This man is in his 40s, was born in Ibadan, Oyo State, one of the royal families in Osun State, that is Ile-Ife, Osun State, and is currently the king, the 51st king, after he was coronated following the death and demise of the former Ooni of Ife, Oba Sijuade, who died, and he was coronated in 2015 as the 51st Oba in Ile-Ife, Osun State, and he has had an array of women since then. So persons are asking what exactly could be wrong. Now, the Ooni of Ife and his ex-wife, Queen Naomi, are still in custody, battling for custody actually of the Prince Tadenikawo, who is going to be 2 in a few months, and they are still battling custody about who is going to, who is going to have him. Indeed, the Queen Naomi has come out to scream to tell Nigerians that we might need to come to her aid because she does not want to die, given how the battle is going, and she's been arrested several times, and she's had issues with the king over the custody of Prince Tadenikawo. As that one also unfolds, I'm going to be bringing you all of the gist. Don't worry guys, don't go anywhere. Thank you so much people for watching this video. This is going to conclude the video for today concerning Queen Mariam Anako, the new bride, the new king, the new queen of the South, the wife of the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi. Thank you so much for watching this one. I will see you in the next one guys. Until then, take care of yourself and bye.